Welcome everybody. It is early September here, so we're going to kick it off with, I think, a decently started harvest. It's a great time to jump into new things. I thought it was a great time. Start a harvest, let's start something new. Bring a new feature to the farm. So, I'm a second generation farmer here. Um, this is my first year of actually being able to take over the farm from my dad. My dad still will help. He's more of a partner in the sense where he just stays back, collects a paycheck from me, and lets me kind of call the shots. So I've wanted to start moving towards the dairy side of the industry. It's more profitable, uh, it's more secure, and that's the route I want to go. But obviously, we need to get there first, and my $61,000 isn't gonna get me into a dairy farm yet. But we have all the equipment, and I guess like a quarter of land equivalency. Yeah, a quarter of land to work with. And we got all the equipment. Luckily, I'm not taking on any debt from the previous owner, aka my dad. So we're debt free with $61,000. We got 4-wheel drive. Way too new of a sprayer in my opinion. I was not on board when he purchased that. I was like, why don't we buy more land? Our pull type sprayer was doing the job, but I wasn't calling the shots. But now we got it, and I love it because it knocks out the little land we have pretty quick. We got our semi truck down there with the grain trailer. It's definitely a different style and older, but it does the job. But yeah, we got our case combine here with a honeybee header. Not my favorite. Definitely willing to upgrade the header when we purchase a new combine later on in the future. But we got the land to build the farm, but I want more land to harvest and expand our grain empire. So I'm gonna kick things off here with harvesting. Today's episode's gonna be a little longer than normal, just due to the fact of it being like almost like a super cut series here. So we're going to start off with knocking down our canola, then our oats, and then our barley. So I'm going to go ahead and start testing things out here, and then Dad will hop in and help out as much as he can too, and we'll see what we can do for harvest. We're just dumping the last of what's in the grain cart into the truck here. Dad just ran away to go to an appointment, so I said I'd quickly do the oats on my own. It shouldn't take too long, not too big of a field. But in terms of our canola harvest there, our yields weren't exactly where I wanted them. We were ranging about 90 to 95% on that field for yield, so obviously some groundwork needs to be done, maybe some soil sampling to get all that figured. But I'm gonna go ahead here and jump into the oats and get this all done. Unfortunately, we didn't get this sprayed in time. The weeds did. Timing wasn't there when we sprayed the oats, so there's definitely some weeds in there, so I can't expect too much good from the yield on this. So I'll knock this out and see what we can make off of this little bit, I guess. I'm unloading the oats into the back hopper side of this trailer. It's definitely a very unique trailer. This front hopper is way bigger than the back, but we didn't get a full hopper off of this oats field. It's not a big field, so I can't expect much, so that means next year our canola is going to take the hit on it. But it was the same yield, kind of that 90 to 95%, so again, not where we want it to be, but that's just some things we're going to have to figure out and work on for the following season. So we are going to go run over and jump into the barley, and hopefully Dad shows up soon to come give us a hand with that. Well, we just finished up harvest completely, so that means barley is now done. We are currently dumping into the grain bins right now, the rest of our barley. I sent Dad on with the New Holland T6 tractor there put it on the disc for him, and now he's gonna start disking up the canola stubble. That's kind of like what I like to do. Is canola stubble's a little rougher, so work it in, and you know, if it goes smoothly, then maybe I'll take out and give. And we need to kill time and the opportunities there to maybe disc up the barley and oats. So it'd be barley next. Oats is a very fine, light crop, so I'm not too keen on having to disc that. So we're next step is selling. We're gonna try and see what we can make for a profit this year on this. Luckily all the expenses were not given to me for this season due to my dad taking on the expenses of seeding and fertilizer and herbicide, and luckily he ordered a bunch this year, so we got a lot of carryover to bring with us for next season. Unfortunately, we have 0 carryover for seed. It's very contract strict, so usually we won't get any carryover, if like at all. But we're gonna go see, I guess, what dollar we can make this year. Well, we are just loading up our canola here. We got just about a full trailer of it. We're heading east to one of the grain elevators there to sell off the canola. Obviously, they do have the best price for us, so we're gonna head on over there now and see what we can make off of the canola, because we don't get to sell. Actually, I should check about barley and oats, because well, last time I checked it was January, but oh, that was a weird freeze. Alrighty then, but yeah, last time I checked for those two, they were looking like January. So let's head on down there and see what we can make. Well, I'm currently on my way back to the farm right now, and as you can see up in the top right, if you paid attention earlier on, that we actually did make quite a decent dollar off of our canola there, and for a total number we have made a whopping $77,796 off of it. Not bad, I'm not complaining. So that's just for our canola. Our canola is kind of our bumper crop in the sense it is our most profitable. It is a very important crop to us in that sense. So we definitely are going to be using that to purchase more land. That $77,000, actually we're calling it $100,000, is what we're willing to spend coming up year for land. Not bad, I'd say, not bad. So I guess now it's just gonna be, we'll see what we get for oats and barley, and if all goes well, we will use that to cover the expenses of this coming up season, and potentially look at using it to purchase the soil samples we want and a limer. Like we need one of those. So we'll see what those crops can bring in for us. Well, we are back. So I just got the truck pulled off to the side here on the bridge because we got a nice view of this beautiful white field, and this beautiful white field happens to be the field we just purchased, the field adding on to our farm. With that, we it rung us up about $78,000. So our canola pretty much covered that field on its own. We got a pretty good deal. It was actually fell under the market price, so we couldn't say no. And from what the previous soil samples on the piece of land were, we just couldn't say no. We're gonna get new updated ones obviously now, which I'm hoping the $14,000 from our oats, yes, $14,000 off that little field we ended up getting for oats. And then our barley brought us in about $28,630, which I'm hoping to cover any other expenses. You, sir, could have gone around. What are you sitting here for? But yes, we do have a game plan now set out, and I'm hoping all goes as planned, because canola is going on this small field where the oats were, and I kind of think now that, well, it's their smallest field, we might as well throw canola on that field, and the previous guy also had oats on that field last season, so I think it worked out perfectly for us. So yeah, we'll get things on a roll here and moving, and we'll, I guess, see what it looks like come seeding time. Maybe we find another smoking deal on land we can't say no to. We just don't know yet. Well, it is currently March 1st, so that means seeding. And early in the year like this, we like to get our canola in first, as it is typically the crop that takes the longest to mature. So I just decided to I'll start seeding on our new expansion to the farm. We got the soil samples in finally. We have everything figured out, so I'm gonna start seeding, and my dad there is going to he's gonna stay at the farm. He's gonna getting the sprayer set up there to put liquid fertilizer down, because we that's how we do it here, is liquid fertilizer. So maybe he'll come out and take over later on, I'm not sure, but for now it'll just be me starting off this field. I'm just pulling the sprayer here into our shed. We just got finished spraying herbicide on all our fields, and we kind of wanted to test a little theory of ours here. So we planted everything in the first month of the year. So in May we planted everything. It's April, so, and I gotta say, buying that sprayer last few seasons ago there, I'm not mad that he did invest that money into it, because just made spraying that one field that we purchased there a lot better. But as you can see, only in 1 month. This is what our oats look like after 1 month. So that tells us there that a little funky. And yes, we did buy this side by side recently. We purchased it from our neighbor, so now we have a side by side. Makes getting around a little easier. I would show you all the other crops, but they're still pretty small. It's just the oats that are getting ahead there quite a bit. But we are talking to the bank and working out a deal right now on a loan, because after seeding and spraying that field that we just purchased, harvesting it will be extremely painful with the combine we have. So we're looking at a few options here. We're going to see if anything comes up worth buying and go from there. So we'll see what this season's harvest looks like. Well, as you guys can see, it is harvest, and it's only June. We're harvesting our barley right now, and yeah, this is not our case. We ended up working out a deal and taking out $450,000 loan to purchase ourselves 2, not 1, but 2 S760i combines. And I will get out of my dad's way here, because he is unloaded. Oh, and actually we're just gonna wreck our brand new header. But yeah, we bought 2 of these things. So we only have 1 in the barley field right now. My hired hand that I also, yeah, we hired another person, but he's gonna be somewhere soon with the other new combine, and I told him just to go into oats, and we'll juggle between the 2 combines and make things work, I guess. But yeah, we bought 2 of these guys for the reason of expanding our farm so much. These small fields here in the yard are going to be a problem, but I don't think we're going to be using them very much with the combines if all goes according to plan in the near future here. So we'll see how this plays out, I guess. Now that I've got the chance to now run one of these combines, we're gonna kind of go over them a little more detailed now for you guys. So we did buy 2 of these. So we have the HD 40F headers. These are like 2022, pretty brand new, like never even used, the ones we purchased. So the 40F is the 40 footers, and then the HD is just the series of header that it is. And we also have the we already said the the S760s. We do have the super singles on the front, as well as we have got the wheelbase in the back, so the rear axle spread pretty much as far as, well, not as far as it can go, but it's spread pretty far out. And they are rear wheel assist. So they are front wheel drive, but they do have rear wheel assist, which is pretty handy, especially if you get in a sticky situation. So these headers are the flex headers John Deere made and came out with, where each segment has up to 14 inches of flex individually on them, which is insane. Like, these things can flex pretty impressively actually and still function. So as you can see, this one, I have the cylinders on the header in neutral, so that they are in full flex mode pretty much. We do lock them to put them on the trailers, as you see there. So what I mean by neutral is the cylinders are in kind of float mode, so they can flex. They have that full ability to flex the header now. So my idea with going $450,000 in debt with these things were that these two combines are probably going to stay on the farm for an extremely long time. And with purchasing larger fields and moving up in the grain farming industry, I thought that this was a great start. Our next piece of equipment that probably should be upgraded would be our drill. Our sprayer is fine for quite a while. I don't see us, we'd probably be buying another one, not getting a bigger one. As you can see there, when I lift up though, that you kind of got to see the flex from it there. But yeah, I think our drill and our four-wheel drive would be the next thing we need to look into upgrading. Our grain cart and stuff's still good. Maybe a disc, you know, those things. But we are also trying to work towards the dairy, so I kind of want to get the infrastructure put in place to support the animals, and, you know, look at using these smaller fields around the farm for silage instead of grain. That way it's, you know, less trucking, closer to the barn, all that stuff. And that is the route I plan on going. It's just whether our finances let us or not for a little while, so it's just going to be playing it by ear and kind of figuring out exactly what's going to work for us and stuff. So we're gonna pretty much done this now. Got a decent yield, I think, off of it. An alright one, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna get everything obviously moved now here, and I'll kind of show you what I mean by these flex headers. So yeah, that's lock mode there for the cylinders on the ability to float the header, so now it's good to go onto the trailer. Boom, just like that. So I will probably go unload, and then we'll see about getting that other canola field done there. I'm pulling up to the field here with the truck right now. This is that recently purchased field earlier this year. We got off our neighbor there. It's definitely our biggest. It is a big field actually. The reason we bought these two S760s. But we got all the gear out here. Dad and our new hired hand there, Frank. They're both out there starting the journey. So I'm gonna run grain cart and truck and see if I can even keep up with these guys. From what they've said, the yields are pretty good right now, so we might be staying pretty busy here. But just a quick little note, our number 1 combine there had 0.6 hours on it when it started, and our number 2 combine had 0.3, so we're going to see how long it takes these boys to knock out this field. We are currently on our way back to the farm with our 4th truckload already. Got a fair amount done in the field, as you can see, but after doing this being the 4th time, like last time I came back to the field, yeah, with the combines we're sitting waiting, that's for sure. So we cannot keep up just me running the truck and cart. So I've stayed fairly busy, at least. Unfortunately for the combines, they've had to sit idle for a little longer than I'd like, but I guess you can only do so much. I mean, it's a good problem to have, but yet again, still a problem. Well, we have wrapped things up and the combines are going to get ready to be transported home. The grain cart will stay here until we come back with the truck to pick it up, but we got almost another full load here in the truck to go home with. So I'll show you quick here. This is what we took off. We took off 130,000 liters, a total of 78.4 tons of canola. You can see our expenses and like what our profit was according to yield and what this is taking the price from. So our total costs for this field this year were $18,670, and we profit, and our total earnings were $205,918 for a total profit of $187,000. Of course, it's going to slowly go down with us leaving equipment idling in the field, so we're burning fuel. But it took 844.9 liters of fuel. That is a lot of fuel. Things are going to need to be fueled up, and we'll continuing on. So we'll get combines cleaned up, and guess we'll see you when it's time to make a few dollars or something. Well, it's August 1st and we are back. We got quite the lineup of equipment sitting out here right now. But, yeah, we had a huge deal for canola come through, so we sold all our canola. We didn't end up trucking it ourselves. We paid a custom crew to come truck it for us, bringing in a total of $298,000. So just shy of $300,000 for our canola. We still got our barley and oats to sell. Not much, but we still got our barley and oats to sell, which would be a total of $14,500 for oats and $54,000 for barley. So we got a decent amount to still sell. And as you can see, we're missing a trailer. Well, that's because we're going to be buying a new one. It's not here yet. It should be here in the near future at the dealership. So it'll be here for trucking the rest of our stuff. But we're going to pay off a little bit of the loan, I think, and we'll see what we kind of figure out towards the end here when we finish selling the rest of our stuff. Well, we are loaded here now and just leaving the farm to go and sell off our barley and oats, and we do got our new trailer behind us, which I'll show you guys in a second here. But as you can see, this is why we bought this trailer exactly. It has, well, in the front hopper is barley. So if we look down in the right there, we have almost 54,000 liters of barley in the first hopper. That's the front hopper of this wagon, and it's only 63% full. Our back hopper has 14,000 and 17% full, so we can haul a lot with this trailer, and that is exactly why we bought it. Is mainly for harvest season. I'm not stuck trucking so much, and as you can see, we only have $3,200 in the bank account, and that would be because, well, we paid off a good chunk of our loan. Very good chunk. I'll tell you how much exactly here in a second we have left owing on it. But we also did purchase another field, which means, well, next harvest will just be even more. I didn't really yield there, but that's fine. So I'll also show you guys quick there what the field we've purchased in size kind of looks like. It's not too far from home, closer of a drive than our last field was there that we purchased. So I'll go and sell all this off, and we'll see how much we make. Well, here it is, folks. Our new field. It's a decent size. It's currently got onions on it, so that's nice. We're gonna end up working this all under, or maybe letting him come and harvest it. I don't know. If he gets it done in time, we'll let him harvest it. If not, then I'm just gonna work it over. But yeah, it's a decent sized field, so this will be getting our canola next year. And our other field over there, I'll be getting oats, not barley. Next year, we're only gonna, like, as I don't know, I should harvest. I'll maybe harvest the one field by the house, like our biggest field there by the house, and put throw canola back on it, I guess, and then canola on here and oats over there, and only do the two next year. I'm trying to eliminate using some of the fields at home now. Probably just work them under and get them ready for, you know, future silage. This is our new trailer, by the way, too. It is a Wilson hopper trailer, so it's a good one. I like it. We'll see how it does in harvest this year, but it's a quicker drive to the farm. As you can see, those are not our bins. There's our house right there. Just kind of go up the road, and then yeah, it's a quick little drive, closer than that drive, that's for sure. But yeah, we're gonna head home here now, and I think that's gonna be it for today's episode. It's a longer one, but this series gonna be it's gonna have long episodes. We're gonna move through things quick, and it's less about gameplay and more about advancement. So I hope you guys do enjoy this series. I'm enjoying it, making it, I guess you could say, so far, because I get more game time in, but the editing's gonna suck. But yeah, so we won't be touching that field next year. It'll just get worked under. But yeah, we'll see how things play out until I see you guys again. So leave a like, and I just want to say thank you for all, you know, your guys' recent support. It's been great. I do like it a lot, and yes, this series is replacing our Friday series there. Granddad's Farm. It'll be a Mondays only series now, and this will come in for Fridays if I can continue to have time to make them this long of a series anyways. But we'll see how it all plays out, and I'm hoping by next episode, even before the end of next episode, if we do another 2 years like we did this episode, then hoping we have a barn up by after the first year next episode. So I'll shut it down. If you guys want to know what we made in these 2 years, I'll leave up our total right now for what we completely made in these last 2 years of me taking over the farm. Of course, next year's expenses might be a little steeper. We do got to purchase more liquid fertilizer. We should be good on herbicide, I think, and obviously more seed next year than this year, and a little more everything next year, but comes with bigger profit too. And with this $92,000, I'm not going to use it to pay off a loan. I'm gonna leave our loan at, we'll look at it exactly right now, it's sitting at $200,000, so not too bad. We're gonna hopefully maybe next episode get it all paid off, a barn built for the cattle, and start working towards that a little more, and hopefully be even having cattle by the end of next episode. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.